Things have been kind of pretty ill for me. I've been in hospital in and out for quite a lot of time. I was kind of having 5-week visits and then going home for 2 weeks and going back in. And we got to the point where they said it's probably worth thinking about a transplant.
As my childhood went on, I got more and more infections, and then they started talking about a transplant.
I was waiting for my lungs for 5 years, which is a very long time for lung transplant. I was doing physio 4 times a day before lung transplant, and it took 30 minutes to 1 hour each time. The rest of the day I couldn't do a lot because I had low energy.
But in my teens I got this nasty bug called Cystic when I was 12. So in my teenage years I gradually got really poorly, up to needing a transplant.
That's a good one.
Which one's that? Oh gosh, I remember that. Oh, I remember that.
It's nerve-wracking, especially after you've had that first call, because you're expecting it to ring. Like you look at your phone as soon as you get an unknown number or something, you think, oh, it's the phone again, and it's them, but just living on tenterhooks really, but as the time passes it does ease.
It's tough, it's really tough. But at the end of the day, you know, we're all here to support her, and yeah, we've been doing this a long time, and I will continue to do it a long time because I absolutely adore her. She's amazing.
On the 6th of January, I got my first call at 2 o'clock in the morning, but sadly it was a no-go. So.
Look how different you look now from there.
I know.
10 times better, innit? How long were you in intensive care for then?
2 nights. Really fast. I knew that the lungs would be borderline and they'd get treated. They were going on the rig for ex vivo, but I had to have like 100% trust that in the team that they'd use them if they were suitable.
Really, I'm desperate for lungs now. Yeah, just have a future with my husband and my family and just lead a normal life and just things I can't really do now.
I was in a wheelchair before because I couldn't walk that far. I was struggling for breath, oxygen, a ventilator. Just couldn't do anything before.
Transplant is kind of turned my world upside down. It's given me a life, it's given me a future. I now work in London, do a normal 9-to-5 job and actually have a house and a mortgage.
The difference it made to my life is very substantial, and it's a lot better than it used to be. It doesn't take up time of my life, and also I can run around a lot more and use a lot more energy.
My latest challenge, I'm actually taking part in a Ben Nevis trek for the Cystic Fibrosis Trust, coming up in September this year. Last year I completed the London Marathon, which was an absolute crazy challenge in itself. It kind of broke me, but I'm so happy that I did it, and it was an amazing feeling to kind of cross the finish line.
I am competing in transplant games, and I'm hoping to do a few sports, like tennis and badminton, football, but I don't know if there will be a gold medal. I know a lot about the CF Trust. They've just been very supportive throughout, before lung transplant and afterwards, and just in general with my cystic fibrosis.
My transplant anniversary is across the weekend. I climb Ben Nevis, so I couldn't think of a better way to celebrate it. It's massively important to raise money for the CF Trust. As we all know, there's no cure at the moment, so all the money raised goes towards vital and incredible research that people are doing. So hopefully we will one day find that cure and help a lot of people.